Hi there, my name's Whitney Smith. I'm the founder and CEO here at the Smith Investigation Agency. And today we've been filming some content around our blog series, Scam of the Week. And we want to do something a little bit different. So each time in our blogs, we'll kind of finish the blog off with saying, hey, if you need to contact us because you've been scammed, you can certainly reach out. Like, comment, subscribe, anything, right? You can follow along. So we'll give that information. But one thing we always do too is include the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center. We ultimately want people, if you've been scammed, go and report that scam so that others are aware of the scams that are taking place. So we really want to share that education. So today, I'm actually going to go through their website with you to just learn some of the different scams that are currently ongoing that ultimately is important for you to know and really for you to share this with your friends and family, especially elderly and vulnerable people who potentially might fall for some of the scams. So here we go. Canadian Anti-Fraud Center. So we're going to hit enter. This is their site. So we just did a video actually not too long ago about these statistics. And at the end of the day, though these statistics are here and this is on their website, those are a drop in the bucket compared to the reality of the scams that are taking place. So, yes, that's information that's there, but they are definitely higher numbers than that. Though they show lower than 2023, ultimately they are higher because we know we have thousands of people that call us per year that have been scammed, and I would confidently say 98% of them are not going to report the scams because they feel ashamed and they don't want their family to know, especially if it was a significant amount of money. They don't want to feel stupid, so they won't say anything. So we're going to go to browse scams. We're just going to see, let's go to scams affecting individuals. Let's check these out. Air duct cleaning, those are all the time going on. Let's see, we're going to kind of figure out what's a good one. Cryptocurrency, I haven't seen this one. Okay, fraud alert. Noticing an increase in romance investment scams, which are often referred to as pig butchering. That's new, I have not heard that before. In these scams, victims are contacted on dating apps or social media by a fraudster who's attempting to develop a relationship with the victim in order to gain the victim's trust. After trust is gained, the fraudster will claim that they've been a successful investor in cryptocurrency and can help the victim get rich. So that's a big one, right? There's always that loop of like, ooh, what can benefit me, or they love me, so whatever. So we'll look a little bit more here. That's also interesting for this right here, right? Coming on this website is going to be informative because like I'm an investigator. I've never heard of the term pig butchering before. So crypto scams and fraud attempt to steal money, yada, yada, no problem. So they're looking at fixed income individuals. So scammers often fake fixed income opportunities while spoofing legitimate company names and offer higher return than normal. These, yeah, okay. The pump and dump, Ponzi schemes, those were common ones. One of my favorite shows actually is American Greed, and they're always talking about Ponzi schemes. Coin offerings, I'm gonna see if they put any, okay, they don't put anything here of the types of scams. And I know that they ultimately have, we're gonna look here. So we're gonna look at this one instead, because I think sometimes they have more content. Okay, here we go. So there should be, okay, here's the content. We wanna see the images. All right, we wanna see what these scams look like. So this is, I assume, this is a text message. So text message scam. And again, so these are always so obvious to me because first of all, RCMP is not gonna send anything. RCMP delivery notice, we're unable to deliver your court documents on January 22nd, 2025. Please reschedule the delivery to avoid missing your court date by using the link below. So first of all, RCMP is not gonna send you a cute little text message like this with a whole bunch of logos. They're gonna ultimately send you anything in mail that is for court purposes. They're not gonna share information like this. So, and this is the link. Somebody actually clicked on that. So this is what you would never want to click on those links. Ultimately, this is the fraud center that's sharing this. So they're sharing that obviously and potentially have broken that link so that nobody can click on that. But you want to make sure that you never click on these. But some things to just see right away that are super obvious. So first of all, again, RCMP is not going to send you an email, or excuse me, a text message. They're going to send registered mail to you. So another thing, it's an image, right? So they're sending an image as a text, and they've got the RCMP logo, Canada logo, a Canadian flag, potentially provincial logos, and I'm not even sure what all these are. You know, at the end of the day, this is so spammy and so obvious. Like, I think it's actually mind-boggling to me that people even fall for some of these, because this is just so ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense. It's not lined up properly. This is lined up differently than this being centered. You know, and again, they're not going to send images. They're going to send through mail. But you know, that gives you an idea. For instance, let's go to the top here. So warning, phishing scam impersonating the RCMP. And this is recent. This was 2 days ago. So that's, you know, this is what's important about this website. And even if you get these scams, you know, we see these scams, we create a blog, and then we send them, you know, to different organizations because we want to inform people. So, you know, they're also very quick, clearly within 2 days, to put this content out there so that more people don't fall for this. And of course, including those images. You know, so they're not going to send, and they'll say here, right? Whatever the organization is, they'll say, we don't do this. This is the most important. Don't click on those links. You don't want to get yourself into any trouble. Yeah, don't click on the links. Never send your personal information, credit card, or banking details in response to unsolicited messages, and do not enter those details on any website if you're not certain the site is genuine. Again, you know, a lot of the times the links, if we click here, oh, it doesn't give the link. You know, a lot of the times it'll say, like, let's say RCMP / or hyphen, you know, ticket or hyphen court or something. It's all the links never make any sense, and they most certainly do not tie back to, you know, these real organizations. So here's their contact information. If you potentially are concerned with being scammed, maybe you got a text message and maybe you don't know if it's a scam or not, contact them. Send it to them, let them ultimately see what that is, and let you know if that's an actual scam that's taking place. So we'll look at a couple more here. All right, so that's that one. Let's see. Oh, Toronto lost nearly 400 million to fraud last year. Well, this brings it to a different website. So this is from thestar.com, and this is ultimately just talking about, you know, different scams that went on, which is crazy because they're saying lost to fraud 503 million, and yet that particular thing right there is saying 400 million. So that's estimating 103 million for the rest of Canada, which again, those numbers are going to be so different because there's just so many more, you know, scams out there. So let's look at the protect yourself. So these are good ones. Don't be afraid to say no. Do your research. Don't give out personal information. Be aware of upfront fees. Protect your computer. Be careful who you share your images with. Protect your online accounts and recognize spoofing. So part of what we're talking about in our blog series is ways to recognize. So as different phishing email scams or text scams, come to us, we'll put the method that came, and we'll identify all the things that we saw within that are clearly not legitimate. So pay attention to those things, and then it'll help you as these scams continue and these scammers continue to do this to ultimately not fall prey to it. So there you have it. Visit that Canadian Anti-Fraud Center website, learn more about it. It's really important to just protect yourselves and protect others with education to the different scams that are out there.